Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance. We are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today we hit double digits, week 10, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the...
The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, Young. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Now Young. That's caught. Emeka Buka.
Young's pass.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Young now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Breece Hall. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And before the 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 30.
It's a gain of 18.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Looking middle, and he's got Ibuka. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. It's Young off play action. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And the Falcons are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
And goal at the 3-yard line.
Coleman. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal.
Young to throw it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Young with it, 3rd and goal. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Tucker Kraft. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do, and when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100-plus the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now Thompson. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Trayvon Walker. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
The Ravens send their punter out now. Deep to return is Kevontae Turpin. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Falcons offense led by their running back headed out for the second possession. And he's run the ball well to this point in the season, right there in the mix for NFL leaders in rushing. They begin the drive with Coleman. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. You look at this Baltimore defense. We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
They may be ranked 3rd against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To the left side, he gets this one to Ibuka. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw, Young. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 34-yard line.
Thompson now. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. That is caught. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good. Baltimore 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Thompson going play action here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that would get a right up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a yard on the sneak, not enough. And he's a few inches short for fourth down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This from 54 yards away. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up second and 8.
They will run again with Coleman. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you got to have more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Falcon football, as they've got it 2nd and 7. The Young keeps it moving right. And he probably should have given that one off, as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. The Falcons on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now here's Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. His first catch, good for 14 there, and a first down.
That's another Falcons first down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Now Young. And he'll go down. Right down at the 20-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's McGee. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Young to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Young scrambling and able to pick up the first with his legs.
First and goal.
A handoff, Coleman between the tackles. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
I think this would win a ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Following the interception, Young. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Looking to throw, Young. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. A quick throw by Young, caught out wide. 4 receivers in the package. Here's 3rd and 7.
A 3-yard gain on the play.
Young. He's going to lock one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
And everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Now Thompson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
first down. They'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 43, here's 2nd down and 8. Thompson going to throw it. That's into the hands of Worthy. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 45-yard line.
First down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here's Thompson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 25-yard
From the gun, it's Thompson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Looking to throw, Thompson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
It's 3rd and 7.
Again, Thompson's going to throw this. That's complete, left side to Worthy. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Baltimore, first down.
Now it's Thompson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Travis Hunter from 13 yards out. And the Ravens are back within a score. And he continues to be a focal point of this offense. That's now 10 touchdown catches for him on the year. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action. Young. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
He was covered by
Now Young. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been very good. 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Young will set to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Atlanta. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
brings up 3rd down and 11.
Shotgun on 3rd down. Here's Thompson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing, Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Open man is Ibuka. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This 2nd and 4. Again, it's Young. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 7 yards there and a first down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
First down, Falcons.
Here is Young. Throw right side, looked in here by Besh. Here's 2nd and 7.
Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. A 3-yard
Out of the gun, it's Young.
2nd and 7.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 7.
It'll be Young again. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now Thompson, a final shot before break. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And a flag comes out. His head is batted down and incomplete. But I think there was early contact. Let's check the call. So that PI call will give him one more play.
And it'll be an untimed play as well. Now the half will end after this one, unless there's another defensive penalty.
Sanders' kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. We're officially on to the second half of the season, Week 10. The playoff race starting to faintly take shape. Let's get into it. Our look around the NFL starts now. Everbank Stadium in Jacksonville. The Jaguars at home to take on the Colts in the AFC South. And how about a big play from the Colts defense? They knock the football out, force the fumble, scoop it, and they're taking it back the other way. What a game-changing play. Touchdown. The Colts win their second straight as they get the victory here. And here's a look at the rest of the action that's going on, the risers and the fallers around the NFL here in Week 10. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a heavy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
At the 41-yard line.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
And this is caught. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. And Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Well, they went play action there and set it up nicely for him. I mean, he can flat fly, and they hit him downfield.
And it doesn't take much to create that extra bit of space that a guy of his speed needs. If you go play action, all you want is just a moment where the guy's covering, take their attention somewhere else, and then he's by him. And once he's by him, there's no catching him. As they always like to say, if a receiver's even to a defensive back, that means he's leaving.
Unless that DB is Charles Davis, right?
In that case, he left me a long time ago.
Come on now.
Trust me.
Set to kick off.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent is still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Young to throw it. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, Young from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Thompson looking to throw. Got a man over the middle, Worthy. 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6. At the Falcons.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Thompson. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The Ravens send their punter out now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Young working out of the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. From the shotgun, it's Young. Now he's going to step up and run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
A gain of 15. And the Falcons first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on the keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Young from the shotgun. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Now here's Young. On the slant, completes to Sutton. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tucker Kraft, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Falcons have retaken a third-quarter lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Here's Thompson. And he's got his man on the out route. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
It's 3rd and 1.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Young to throw it. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. The tight end in motion right. Young. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
They work now on 2nd and 9. To throw, Young. They'll set up the screen for Hall. Now Nifty fights through, and now a crease. And they finally bring him down, but he reaches the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Coleman will try up the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Elliott good on the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and Xavier Worthy set to take over once more. And you see the numbers for him into this 3rd quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open throughout. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now Thompson. And that will be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And he goes out right around the 39. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now Young. That's to Bash over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Young. And this is going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management.
He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. To the air once more, Young. And he is caught. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the fourth. And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Ravens' 32-yard line.
Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3.
Looking to throw, Young.
And 6.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards.
Young. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And this is caught. So they took a chance, but they are back within a single point here in the fourth. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Well, I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet and said, go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Here comes the Falcon offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Now Hall to start the drive. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. From the 35, here's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Young. He's got his receiver. That's Ibuka. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 11. And the Falcons first down. A gain of 11 on the play.
They'll give to Hall. Oh, able to avoid him. Through the middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. Breece Hall. His 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Elliott good with a PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage.
And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Now it's Thompson. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Off the play fake, it's Thompson. Got a man, that's Hunter. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Sticking with Thompson here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Travis Hunter, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Ravens have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
32.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Falcons offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Hall on a give up the middle. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 4. He brings up 3rd and 3.
Here's 3rd and 3. Young will set to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Falcons 1st down.
Off the play fake, Young. That is caught downfield. It's Besh. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Another Falcons
guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
A handoff for Hall. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23.
And even 100 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Now Young running the option left. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. And the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Out of the gun, it's Young. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Young now. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Second down and 6 now.
Young to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive.
Will try and do this himself.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown.
Bryce Young.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Falcons will add to their fourth quarter lead. But that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Elliott good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Oh, good move. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Travis Hunter. 2 yards on the pickup. It's
Thompson.
And that'll be incomplete. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
What can they draw up now? Time to find out on a 3rd and 8. Here's Thompson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here we go. This is 4th down. Thompson, desperation time. He's got his man. He finds Worthy.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
16 yards. And the Baltimore first down.
Now Thompson.
And he rifles one incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Thompson back to the air once more.
In this situation, the dictation is coming from the defense, right? They're going to tell you, you can have 6, 7 yards, do that all the way downfield. It's just going to take the time off the clock. I think they've got to start attacking vertically a lot more.
And he will have a Ravens first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 8. That's good for a Baltimore.
Here's Thompson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hunter. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Thompson. Looking middle, and that's complete. There's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Here comes 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the 18.
Thompson out of the shotgun here. That is caught inside the 5. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
14 yards. And the Baltimore first down.
Thompson now. On the RPO. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed. But if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So here we go, 45 ticks to play, and it's all going to come down to this onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Falcons. And that should just about seal it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
The Falcons offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Atlanta, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the loss knocks them from the ranks of the undefeated as they drop their first game of the season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.